remix.
Bachelor Nation, will you accept this rose? We love you. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. Podcast. It's a podcast. Podcast. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. It's a podcast. Featuring Andy, Sarah, and Glenn. Bachelor Pod, it's the Bachelor Pod, it's a podcast about the Bachelor.
Will you accept this podcast?
Bachelor fans, another journey has ended, but another journey has begun, and that journey leads to the beautiful, lush banana groves of Mexico paradise. But where did we leave off? We left off at the Bachelorette finale, featuring Becca Kerfin, otherwise known as Becca, and we are the Bachelor Pod.
And we are the Bachelor Pod.
Hello. It's time for the finale episode. You didn't hear us last week because it was the men tell-all, and we thought,
There's nothing we wanted to tell.
I
There was
think
nothing
we
to
can
tell.
do some highlights, but before we do that, I have a huge announcement to make. For Bachelor in Paradise, we will have a guest with us the entire time. She lives in our house. She's amazing. Maggie Maloney!
Oh, I thought it might be the cat.
Oh, Leia Hull Hilliard.
So remember when we did the you count to 10 so we can test the microphone?
Yeah, I did it last
You're
time.
definitely yelling way more than when you did that. It's okay, don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll adjust.
Sorry, everyone.
It's
I'm
okay.
a bit excited that Maggie's here. And but just to cover the men tell-all, I thought we could all give one thing we liked about it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
One thing, okay.
One thing.
I'll start.
Okay.
I like Jordan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Maggie?
Yeah, I would have to say Jordan too. Very entertaining.
Very entertaining. I really liked when Grocery Store Joe told Chris
Oh,
Harrison
yeah, that was the best part. Okay, never
that
mind.
he didn't know him.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man, stop asking us all these questions, Chris Harrison. I don't know you, man.
I liked when Grocery Joe said he liked Jordan.
Yeah.
So I got a mix of both of your things.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Jordan's really, he's turned the corner the more I get to know him. And I think in Paradise, I'm liking him even more. I don't know. He
I
just
disagree
seems,
on that, but we'll get to
I
it.
think he's kind of funny.
No, Andy.
Okay.
I think Jordan's all right. And I love that first episode of Paradise. I was a little bored at the finale, but that's what happens at the end of the
I
show.
wasn't
But the
bored.
finale was
bored.
decent.
It was.
It was pretty good. It was the first one in a while, I think, that it felt like, hey, maybe this is about love.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That I found it. Because I had a pretty good guess of who was going to win this thing, and because they all seemed so in love with each other, her with the two of them, and them with her, that I got confused until the very final moment.
Yeah, we had we definitely had some clues, and not even the spoilery clues that I think a lot of Bachelor Nation knew about, but we had some clues that we ourselves were putting together from various sources that we had a feeling it was going to be Garrett, basically.
Yeah.
I thought so from the way Becca defended Garrett after the Instagram stuff came out.
Yeah, definitely.
We talked about this on the show, but I will say they did a great job of making me go like, oh wait, actually, is it gonna be Blake?
Good editing.
Good
Hot
editing.
It was
editing.
good
job,
editing.
Yeah.
And not too tricky. Not like
Nope.
we're tricking you. It was more like, well, you know what? Both these guys love her. She loves both of them. Whatever's going to happen.
Yeah.
I will say I'm embarrassed that we didn't really, or that I didn't, pick up on the whole, like, he's obviously a right-wing nut job who loves guns. And then Blake is the victim of a school shooting kind of thing. That narrative kind of played out, but they did it really subtly. So, and I guess kudos for them for not really enhancing it, because it would have been kind of shitty to take advantage of. But that's really what it came down to. And they didn't say it in so many words, but Becca was like, she kind of questioned Blake's mental state in a way, right? Which was kind of like, he's fragile. I don't know exactly what she said, but
But it felt like she thought that because of the way he is with relationships specifically,
Right.
Because of what his mom
Yeah.
said when he she would find him really crying and stuff, and it was hard to help.
Yeah, he's an
him out.
emotional guy.
Yeah, should we start
And-
from the top?
Start from
The
the end and work back.
Oh, the top.
yeah, there are no rules.
There are no rules.
I don't even remember what happened before that, to be honest. They
They met the parents.
they had a couple
Jesus.
dates. They met their parents. Yeah.
Yeah, so
We met Becca's sister, Curly.
Curly, all the way curly.
Yeah, and I could see a glimpse of how they were sisters. They don't look a lot alike, but I could see a glimpse in their smile or something.
Yeah, it's there.
I couldn't see how they looked the same, but I just loved how big that sister's hair was. And I just wanted to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and it did with the humidity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. See, there's nothing to say about the finale. I got Paradise on the brain.
Well, yeah, we gotta talk about the finale, Glenn. This is what the fuck is about. This is what we've been building up to.
It's true.
Well, what else? What other brilliant analysis do I have? Slash, do we have?
I think to talk about the whole like Becca thinking Blake was like unstable or whatever. I mean, some people are taking it really to offense that she would like think less of him or at all for that. I don't think she did. I think that's
It's your preference.
people like maybe taking it a little
Yeah.
harshly, I guess. If you have two people before you and you have feelings for both of them, like who knows what's going to make you veer towards one of them, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't think she thinks any less of Blake because when he's under stress or he has anxiety or he has panic attacks or anything like that.
Yeah.
I really don't think that's was on her mind. She said something. I think it was in the it was on AFR. I think is when she said it. She said something about
she was talking to him, and
Yeah.
he seemed to understand.
yeah. Like I think really people are being a little bit quick to judge here.
This is what I take
for
from
her, and maybe because she picked Garrett, and no one is happy with that decision.
Yeah.
It seems like.
And I think what I noticed just personally is that it's such a tight amount of time that they have together. They only see each other like, I don't know, a handful of times actually. And Garrett was always fun. Garrett was always very open and honest and fun and forgot about the other guys when he was with her. He would be like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but I don't care, man. We're hanging out right now. I think he literally said those things to her. And the other guy, you could tell that he was worried a lot. And he was always checking in and he was really worried. So they didn't have as much as that freedom, fun feeling that she really wanted.
Yeah.
And one other thing I found interesting is that her parents said Blake was the safe choice, much like Ari's family said she was. And that Garrett was like a bit of a mixed bag. Like, you don't really know what's going to happen. And she picked the mixed bag.
Yeah, she went against complexity. And I will say that the whole like mental state versus whatever thing was like, that was blown up on social media and Reddit. Like, I didn't even pick up on that really until I read more about it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're right. I think people read into that too much. And yeah, when they were talking to their parents, it came down to Garrett was the more of the husband material and Blake was the partner. Like, Blake was like the best friend. And Garrett came off as like, yeah, but Garrett's the guy you want to have kids with. Blake's the guy you want to hang out with or something.
Yeah,
that was kind of what
yeah.
they
I
said.
know their analysis of it seemed strange to me, but
Yeah, they kept referring to Blake as being someone who would challenge her. Like,
Yeah.
what does that mean? Also, who wants to be challenged?
I think that's something
Yeah,
she said.
I think what they mean
she kept
is
saying 50-50 and getting challenged off the top. So I think they thought
Challenge
like,
in what way?
I guess
like
in-
calling you on your shit. You know, like not letting you get away with stuff and be like, oh, that's okay. I love you so much. You can do whatever you want.
Right.
I don't
Sometimes
see
being
that
like,
with Blake.
I
Or
don't,
like you had-
maybe me neither really, but like that's what they mean. I think, right?
Yeah, it was probably because
I think it's
Garrett
a
went
positive
in.
thing.
Garrett went in like an actor. He was like he like pushed Becca aside and was like, "Hey, everybody, I'm Garrett." You know what I mean? Whereas Blake came in with his arm around her, being like, "Hey, Mrs. K, hey, Miss." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was
hey,
kind of
I'm
like,
Garrett. I'm the new host of Family Feud.
All right, everybody, I'm gonna split you down the middle, and
Yeah.
we're gonna play Family Feud.
Ooh.
Sorry.
and yeah, but Blake's way into he likes talking about his feelings. He does that wince every time he has a emotional thought. You pick up on that wince?
Yeah,
He goes,
and when he's gonna cry, just before, he
Yeah.
has to lean all the way back in his chair, put his head way. I can't lean back.
Yeah, some big tears.
Yeah. I picked up on that thing also. That thing of like, he always seemed worried and nervous around Becca, whereas Garrett
Big
seemed
time.
fun and excited to be there.
Oh no, I meant Garrett leans all the way back. Sorry.
Oh, Garrett leans back, yeah.
Okay.
Why?
So like again, those are just things that like she's gonna pick up on that, and it's gonna be like even like a subconscious like signal, right? Like she's gonna think that Garrett's just more fun, and you know it's gonna seem better to be around. Although I gotta say, with all the actual like thought and analysis put into it by her family and her, I do think Blake is a much better choice for her.
I think he's too young. I don't think he's ready.
I think
he needs some experience having long-term relationships as a full adult, and then maybe he'll be ready for marriage. But I don't think he's not ready to have a relationship with her, but she wants a husband, and she wants to get married, she wants to have kids. He's not there.
Anyways,
He wants to be, but he's not.
It's kind of bullshit how she said Blake was so strong from the beginning, and then Garrett kind of rose and caught on at the end when Garrett was the one with the first impression.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think she was trying to say there?
Blake gave her more emotionally from the top. That was first impression. They barely talked. But after that, Blake was all emotions the whole time. He was like the first tell her he loved her, all that stuff. So he was way more consistent giving her what she needed from the top. That's the way I saw it.
There was a Reddit AMA today with that guy Mike who had the I don't like using this term, but man bun. He did an AMA and he said that he thought from the beginning he was like Blake is the front runner. Like he thought he was going to end up with her, but he did pick Blake and Garrett as he's like, oh, it's going to be those two in the final.
I guess we
Guaranteed.
all won we all picked Garrett.
No, only you did.
Only you did.
Colton was the universal pick.
You won. You won when Colton went out, because that was the ones that me and Glenn had that you also had. So that was all. You won the competition a long time.
What do I get?
Yeah, what does she get?
A blowy.
A blowy?
Sure.
Great. I'll get a blowy later.
Gross. I gotta go.
No, maybe.
Turn on my TV.
So yeah. Anyways, they're getting married. Good for them. I'm Bachelor Nation, this is not going to be one of these couples they run out in front of everyone all the time, I don't think.
But wait,
basically all of Bachelor Nation is like, fuck these two.
Well, just about her loving the other one, Blake, so much too.
Yeah, he's the other one.
Did you watch the Jimmy Kimmel? Anybody?
No.
Okay,
No.
well, I did watch it.
Nice.
And then Jimmy Kimmel's like, okay, but like, tell us. Like, you knew it was this guy the whole time, right? Like, you knew it was Garrett the whole time. And then, but with Garrett sitting there, she's like, no, well, like, I really did develop feelings for other people. Like, that, just don't say that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I know that's the narrative of the Bachelorette and the Bachelor, but like, don't do this in front of him. Just be like, yep, I knew the whole time. This is my boyfriend. I didn't love the other guy that I
she'll get flack because she showed feelings towards other people. She has to be
what?
careful.
You were faking it? You were faking it,
I
Blake?
know.
Like,
I know. I wonder if they say like, no matter what, you have to pretend like you love two of them.
Chris Harrison said something a few years ago. He's like, after doing the show for so many years, I find women are way more capable of falling in love with multiple people for real, and it seems very genuine than men are.
Yeah, but
fascinating.
But do you think that they?
I think she actually fell in love with.
I think she did fall in love with both of them.
Which is I
so
believe
brutal,
it this time.
It really looked. I mean, it really looked like she did love both of them, and that's got to be so awkward for Garrett to be watching. Like you're like, well, now we're together and we're in love, and like, oh yeah, you're really crying. You really love this guy. You definitely effed him. Oh
yeah,
man.
all those things happened. Yeah,
cool.
And you've got that weird shadow box thing with all those mementos of Blake in it. Like that's a throw in the trash.
And that other one from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
from Jason.
She's got all these shadow boxes.
There's what's the guy that's like he wore glasses and he looked like he was from like the 1950s. He had that swoopy hair, like a big bulky guy. Connor,
I think.
I like that guy.
Connor. Yeah, he was kind of doing some mean jokes that weren't very funny on Twitter. But then he's like, I didn't know there was an arts and crafts class on The Bachelorette.
That's a good joke.
Because it's true.
Not bad.
There's so much.
They were doing
year.
a lot of scrapbooking.
A lot. There was someone. There is a producer that is into scrapbooking recently, and they're getting all the guys
Yeah,
to do it.
yeah, and they're
For
giving them
sure.
all the stuff from their class. Hey guys, I have all this glue. You want to use it? Decoupage. Okay.
Some
Oh,
decoupages.
I know what I wanted to say.
Sure.
What do we think of Garrett's half apology for his Instagram behavior and Becca's defense of him? Because I hated it, and I thought it was really weird.
It was nothing.
Yeah,
There
I
was
think
no,
it's
like,
something that he had
That
to
is
say.
really wrong what I wrote, and I'm gonna work
Exactly.
on myself to fix it. Instead of like, I want to be better in the future. Great, you want to be better. We all want to be better. That's like something that's a baseline to be a human. Like, he should have really talked about what he talked about. And
Yeah,
somebody said online he should volunteer
ABC
for the
probably
groups.
told him not to.
I don't know what they
I
told
bet you
them.
they did. I bet you they told him not to
Well,
mention
well,
it
then
specifically because
they
there's
all
people out
screwed
there
up.
who don't know and they don't want to tell them, right? So
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I choose to think that Garrett's wake up call when it comes to this type of thing hopefully will be genuine with Becca at his side, like making sure it's real. You know?
I hope
She's
so.
very
And
much a feminist.
Yeah, exactly. And I,
I-
hope she
I-
kind of like educates him on this stupid shit he was liking. You know?
Yeah. I got no problem with him being right wing. You can be right wing. I don't
exactly.
care. But just, have some thoughts for who you're affecting by doing this kind of thing.
Someone
Which,
tweeted
I don't
he
know,
should
maybe he did, maybe he did.
For all the people he affected. Like the main groups.
For
that-
everyone, every single person.
No, you know what I mean. The main groups that those pictures were about, he should volunteer for some of them.
Did I don't remember in the early going, did Becca compare Garrett to her dad? It might have been right when they first met, like the fly fishing thing, but that wasn't really a narrative until the end again,
Yeah.
right? Because that was a big thing. She was like, well, he's like dad. From the fly fishing to the whatever it was. I don't remember.
Yeah, it really makes
Bad
you think
Instagram
about what you
likes.
don't see.
Yeah.
It makes you think about all those little moments between them that we didn't see in the all
Yeah.
that stuff. By the end, when you see how they actually feel about each other, and you're right, Glenn. This really seemed like at the end when they did that, it really seemed like I think they'll stay together. They seem very in
Yeah.
love. And
I think so too.
I just wish he wasn't dirt shit, but
Yeah.
he is.
But you know what? He certainly was dirt shit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
he
Maybe
will
that's what I
grow.
think.
Maybe this.
Yeah.
Maybe. A lot of. You have to think about all the anonymous dirt shit people out there who are just liking and making terrible posts on Twitter and Instagram, but they never have to make public apologies, so they never have the opportunity to change and like reevaluate and whatever, right? Like, so he's in an interesting position because everybody's criticizing him, but also he does have this opportunity to like learn and grow. So maybe he will.
Maybe he'll say
Yeah.
more. Maybe
I
we'll hear
mean,
more
he's
about
so
him.
handsome.
I
I want the best
I
for him.
honestly think he will, and I think it's not necessarily like it's not necessarily going to come from a place of like, well, I need to be a better person.
Mhm.
It's going to come from, hey, you want to make money with this franchise now, so you got to make yourself publicly, yeah. And hey, look, you fell in love with this woman who voted for Hillary Clinton and is a feminist and all this type of stuff that you might not have thought about when you pictured your ideal woman, Garrett. But these things, these are the catalysts for change, and it kind of doesn't really matter the reason. Like if you change and it's genuine, that's great.
Well, I guess then I just wish his apology was better.
Yeah, it
Like
was.
he
Yeah.
had so much time to prepare it. It could.
Yeah,
it-
exactly.
I
sure,
found it
ABC
genuine though.
No, it might have been genuine, but it felt like kind of how Blake talks sometimes. I feel like he's saying what he thinks you should say, but it didn't seem like from him. And he
It
didn't.
probably
Yeah.
wasn't from him. It was probably from an ABC lawyer.
But I feel like he could have said it a little differently. Still, I feel like he could have taken it and they do have some power. They get to
We'll
say
see.
what they
We'll see
want.
what he does. Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
The words there were chosen by some
He did say that
high-priced,
he's
stuffy
gonna-
lawyer.
Yeah.
And we'll see how they do going forward.
It would have been interesting to see the press afterwards because he's like, I am going to talk about this in the press, which was good.
Yeah.
That was a good thing out of it. So that would be interesting when they are just off on their own, with not like too many producers with them, what they'll actually say.
He didn't talk
It-
about
it-
it on Kimmel.
But Kimmel
There we
maybe
go.
didn't ask.
He didn't ask.
ABC Family. It just seemed like it was one of those where he apologized for getting caught. He's like,
Yeah.
I still feel this way about these things. I shouldn't have done what I did.
He
Not
never said he still
like-
felt the way he.
No, he didn't say it.
No, I didn't say that. But that's kind of what he didn't. He wasn't like I'm love all these people. He was just like, oh, it was stupid what I did. I got to take responsibility for my actions, blah, blah, blah. Here's one thing that I got tricked on is when they were talking about where they were going to live. She was like, well, Minnesota and Colorado. I was like, whoa, they're not going to move to LA? And then, bam, but I think we're going to be in LA for a couple of years, which was,
Of course.
that would have been a
how could you
nice
not?
icing on the cake if they had been like, we're moving to Minnesota.
But it would be stupid of them to do that.
Why?
They'll be
know.
rich in LA. They'll be like crazy influencers that'll make tons of money.
But what a shit life.
Yeah,
Especially
was it?
because
To me, it would be.
I
To
mean,
have
you
a
just-
meaningless life?
It's not meaningless. You
they
just sell
still
stuff
do
on
other-
Instagram
and
and
then you get to
you
do
get a bunch of money
creatively
and
whatever
do
you
whatever you
want.
want.
That's
like you
meaningless.
could still be a
What?
teacher, but
could-
you would still but you would also be an influencer.
You get to do what you really enjoy.
I don't really enjoy selling things on Instagram.
But if you did stuff like Becca sells stuff, and she only does stuff, she's like, I will only sell stuff that I've tried and enjoyed.
I
I'm
mean,
like, why not?
Selling anything is like, whatever, man. Like, does it allow you to do other things that you want to do with your life?
If I was
If,
able
you,
to
if
do
it
it,
does, then great.
if I was able to do it, then I could do whatever I wanted comedically,
If you
whatever I
to have
wanted
a
creatively.
kid and you wanted to stay at home all the time, and all you had to do was like, great, good for you. Now you get to do it, and all you have to do is sell stuff on Instagram. You get to like.
Why couldn't you do that in Minnesota?
Because I
Yeah.
bet they don't have as much opportunity
They have,
for
like-
that. They have like
They
meetups
definitely
and
have
stuff.
like events and things
They have
like
events
that.
and
Yeah.
stuff. And you know what? At least for a year, live here. You've just been the Bachelor. Enjoy your time. Go do fun stuff.
Also, you can go film anything at ABC. It's like down the road. you know.
Right. Well,
Anyways.
okay, fine, guys. Well, I guess we know what you do when you guys were the Bachelor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Hey, FabFitFun.
I'm going to
I still want to
Minnesota.
sell
I'm with you,
you.
Maggie.
Okay, Glenn and I will.
Maggie, me and you,
will move
yeah.
to Minnesota.
And we'll see
get-
who is the best influencer of the bunch.
We're not looking to be influencers.
Yeah.
We're just looking to live a happy life.
Yeah.
So are we. Okay. One
just-
last thing before we move on from the finale, I think, is I think one unfortunate casualty of this is I think Jason's chances at being
Yes.
the Bachelor.
Yeah, he's
And
done.
Will's.
Yeah. I think
It's got to be
I think
Blake.
it's gonna be Blake, no question.
Yeah, and
Unless he turns it down.
it
which
was
is
so
possible.
funny to me. He was bawling. Oh, can we just talk 1 second about the bawling?
Oh, I thought you were going to say about the sweat face.
Oh, the sweat face?
Sweat face
Oh
was
my
He had
God.
one of the sweatiest faces, but also afterwards, like, I have never seen someone, man or woman, cry like that after they have been, like, they followed him and he was just, like, crying like a baby. I felt so bad
You've never
for him.
seen me get broken up with.
Well, I meant on The Bachelorette or The Bachelor. I've seen people cry like that, but it was just so real and so genuine. I felt so bad. But then the turnaround of for sure wanting to try and be The Bachelor and being like, I was in love with her, but everything's fine now and I'm ready to look for love.
Yeah,
like,
mhm.
like, it's been 2 months. You were crying so hard. And now you're like, yes, and I've done everything
Yes, and
I
I'm
need.
ready to make $1 million now, please. Thank you very much. If I need to find $1 million, I mean love.
Yeah, and meet a bunch of beautiful women that I get to choose from. Yes. I
Yeah.
love you.
But let's talk about his sweat face. Holy smokes. How come his face was so sweaty, but Garrett's
He
wasn't?
was really nervous too, like nervous sweat. Think about nervous sweat.
That's nervous sweat for sure. That's like him, like totally, like so worried about everything. It's all coming to a head here.
Yeah.
It was
I-
really
The Maldives
pouring
are
off
a
his
human
nose.
climate, I'm sure.
I have a question for everyone. When's a moment when you had so much sweat, like when you sweat so bad,
Earlier today, when I was doing
like an embarrassing moment, maybe?
Oh.
Like when I have one
Okay.
in grade 9, I had this problem where one of my armpits sweat so much. Like still the right armpit sweats more than the left, but it was so bad. This is
You
really
married this
embarrassing.
woman.
I
Yeah,
know.
but it was so embarrassing that like it was like I'd wear a top and not realize it would be so bad, and I was one of the only kids in my grade that was sweating that much, and I would have these big sweat stains on one side, and like a group of boys came into my drama class, they weren't in the class, they just opened the door to point me out and how much I was sweating,
Oh my god, that's terrible.
and I was
terrible.
like, I wasn't made fun of or anything very much, like that was like I was lightly made fun of, like we all were, but it was like so mean, and I was so embarrassed. Anyone
Oh
else?
my God.
Anyone else?
Oh
got
my
some sweat
god,
stories?
that's easily the worst sweat story I've ever heard in my life.
Ever heard?
Mine too.
No,
I
it
don't
really is. Truly
really
is.
is.
Boys
Oh.
came in that weren't even in your class to come make fun of you because of it. My god.
It was so big. It was like down to my elbow.
Oh, whoa. We saw a guy.
One guy. Yeah. I know what you're
yeah,
gonna
yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
we'll call this friend Bird.
Yeah, the Birdman. Yeah.
So Bird was out on the basketball court and we're watching, and Bird's getting some ass sweat going. You could
Oh.
see it through his shorts. And by the end of the game, The ass sweat was like down to his knees.
Oh,
Have you guys
Yeah.
ever had like the ball sweat show through your clothes or ass sweat?
No, I've never had that. Also, though, you remember Bird's pit sweat was also connecting to the shorts ass sweat.
Just who is it?
Like, we can't say it's embarrassing.
Glenn's
it looks
frozen.
like Glenn's frozen and he's gone for now.
I'm back.
Oh,
Whoa!
Scary.
That was dicey.
That was dicey.
He didn't look.
So anyways,
Did you finish telling the butt sweat story?
yeah, how it connected to the armpit sweat at one point.
Yeah.
What about you?
And down to his knees.
Yeah,
it was
real
like
bad.
What was he wearing?
Just basketball
Shorts.
shorts and like a t-shirt.
Jesus.
It's like intramural basketball, like,
I
high
guess
school.
I brought up this thinking everyone had an embarrassing sweat story, but
No, just you and
possibly
Bird.
just me
A
and Bird.
very embarrassing sweat story.
Or like
I don't sweat that much and I don't stink.
I sweat,
Okay.
I sweat, but I don't really.
I
It doesn't.
swear.
It doesn't smell very bad when I sweat.
if I don't have deodorant on, it stinks.
Yeah, if you're
Think of
clean,
it. Oh, yeah,
I mean-
if you're clean, nobody smells.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, except if you ate like a very stinky meal,
Oh, then you might stink.
you
'cause
might
the
stink
food.
like garlic.
Yeah.
Garlic, yeah.
I can't think
Yeah.
of an embarrassing sweat story. I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
I have one though.
You know what? Maybe I regret asking the question because I am the only one with a mean, embarrassing one. But it's figured itself out. But it's weird how your body goes through that. Maybe
Did
you
you start using dry salt?
Yep.
I know someone else
Oh.
who did that.
and Mitchum.
Okay, well there you have it, Mitchell.
I used to have to put my deodorant on before I went to bed because it was so strong.
It was dry salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know somebody else who did that. I'll call them Creme.
Creme,
Creme. Okay, well,
Creme
Creme?
did that.
Creme, it's good to know you're out there.
Here's the thing. It's funny you guys are using names for
Shout out Bert.
everybody, but I told my real story.
Yeah, you thought you were sorry. Well, we can't out someone
Yeah, we can't
else's
tell someone
embarrassing
else's
sweat
story.
story.
Yeah, that'd be mean.
I also had another friend who sweat so much out of the palms of his hands that he considered getting this one surgery that
Oh.
clips the sweat glands to like your arms or something. And some people who sweat profusely from their armpits like way too much also have consider this surgery. But the problem is if you get this surgery, you will never sweat again from your armpits or hands or anything.
Who do we
Well, there.
think-
Where does it go? Out your mouth like a dog? Like
I'm gonna say yeah, out of your mouth like a dog, probably.
Who
No,
do we
but
think is the
your
most-
butt.
but that's bad, right? You
You
need the
should.
sweat.
Who do we think is the sweatiest celebrity? I'm gonna say Sean Penn.
Oh.
Oh wow, Sean.
He looks
Penn.
sweaty.
No, you definitely want to go with someone a bit more plump or that does a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Like Chris Farley was pretty sweaty.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a
exactly. Because
sweaty
he did a
guy.
lot of drugs and he was pretty plump.
Yeah.
Do we
Yeah.
have a poll on our
And he
Twitter?
ran around a lot.
Sean Penn or Chris Farley? Who's
No, I
sweatier?
mean, no, everyone knows it's Chris Farley.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Farley's
say
going
it's
to take
Blake.
that.
Blake. Blake is
I
like
mean,
he is a
I've got
celebrity
direct
now.
evidence.
Uh,
for Blake.
It was
Well-
like
Also Colton, if you'll remember Colton.
Oh yeah, Colton. What about Josh Murray? That guy was a real sweat hog.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That guy sweat
Oh.
like
Forgot about
crazy.
Yeah, and ate so much pizza.
Ate so much
Would keep
pizza and was just
eating
Oh,
dripping.
yeah.
Remember when
Oh,
remember
yeah.
Amanda was always like, you're too
He's
you're so
sweating on me."
sweaty.
Yeah, and it would like drip on.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
disgusting. Josh Murray it is.
Blake looked like he was rigged up to Hollywood makeup magic. That they're like, okay, and cue the sweat now, and then they're like,
Yeah.
no, cut. Too much sweat.
Yeah, it's like it's pouring from yeah. It's like that gif
so
of
funny
from
that
Key
Andy
and Peele.
said Josh Murray because we know a guy named Josh Murray, and I was like, so you use a name for everyone else, but you won't use a name for Josh Murray? Who's
I'm not referring to the
the
Josh
guy-
Murray
Yeah,
that we
I
know.
know too.
I was like,
I was like, holy smokes.
Andy,
How rude.
How rude.
No, I'm talking about the Bachelor's
call him
Josh
Creme
Murray.
too.
Anyways.
Crim and Crim too.
Okay,
Well,
but yeah.
let's say we take it to paradise.
Yeah, let's take it to paradise, guys. Here we go.
well,
let's take it
for
to paradise.
paradise. Pack your bags, we leave tonight.
I've got my tequila in a bag and I'm ready to go. That's it.
That's it.
I just thought of like pouring tequila in.
I was singing Paradise Skies by Kim Mitchell. Glenn was singing Two Tickets to Paradise by
Tickets.
Eddie Money.
I'm singing
Sarah,
my
what
own
were you
song.
singing your own song?
Yeah,
Great. Maggie, what'd you sing?
I didn't. I just enjoyed all three.
Great.
I'm going to preface this by saying that my PVR messed up, so there's a chunk of this that I missed
We'll act it out.
after it was after the initial introductions and between they really started. So it was like when the mixer when they first get there. I missed that part.
Oh, okay.
So when they all kind of meet each other.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the only part I missed. It was like 20 minutes or so.
Sure.
But I'm loving it so far. Holy
What a
shit.
jam.
It's nice to be back.
Can I say something that I did last night in preparation? Because we didn't get it on City TV and we don't have regular cable. We just have an antenna. So it started a day late here in Canada.
So when did you watch it?
We watched it today.
Oh.
But so last night I watched a bunch of episodes of Paradise. What is it?
Australia.
Bachelor in Paradise,
Hot
Australia.
Paradise.
Hot Paradise.
Hot Paradise, Australia.
No, Bachelor in Paradise, Australia.
Yeah.
And it's really great. Everyone watch it. It's so good. There's 17 episodes.
It's the one that
Whoa.
Daniel went on and Jared and
Yeah, and they're not
Oh,
even
cool.
on it yet, and I'm
Garrett-
obsessed already.
Gareth.
Who went on?
That sounds good.
Daniel, Jared, and what's the
Daniel?
other guy? Grant.
Grant.
Daniel?
Daniel. Yeah. He went to Australia.
Oh.
He went
I
to
miss
Fiji,
him.
I guess.
Yeah, they're in Fiji, and it's such a nicer resort.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful. They all have their own little bungalows. I don't know who any of them are. I'm obsessed already. Andy was asleep and got it on episode 3. Was in instantly.
I hear the Australian men and women are quite reserved compared to,
Oh, really?
and then when the American men show up, they're really rude.
I don't find them reserved.
Do you mean
They're
like in their
swearing and
manner?
N-
Or
I-
do you mean in like their like sexual
sexualness. They're not boning all over the place.
I guess I could
I
see
mean-
that. There's nothing that I saw that was indicating they were all boning each other right away.
They were all making out and hooking up, I think, already.
Oh, well, I don't
it
know.
seems the same to me.
I don't know.
This is pure hearsay from a different podcast.
And
Yeah.
I watched this last night, and it seems the same so far.
Okay.
They swear
Right
way
on.
more in the
I-
Australia one,
I
that's
can-
for sure.
I mean, I only saw the one episode, I think. Was it 2 episodes I saw
One.
or 1? Yeah. I didn't see anyone kiss in that one.
I saw tons of people kiss a bunch.
Mm.
Yes, you did see people kiss.
Who?
The guy when they were walking up to the white door. You saw them kiss.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was like a good night kiss. It wasn't like a let's make out forever kiss.
Trust me.
Ooh.
They kiss.
All right, back to this paradise.
My knee-jerk reaction to people who are on this show that are like, oh, that person was only on for like 2 seconds in their season. I kind of like that now because it's like I feel like they're new characters,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
so many people we haven't got to know, and when they're on Paradise, I'm like, all right, I'm listening. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's been all right. But that doesn't ring true for everybody.
No.
But
No, yeah.
like when Nick went on that weird chat with Chelsea, and he was just kind of digging himself into a
He
hole,
was
like
so brutal,
it's like
so
let's get
funny.
more Nick. He's nuts.
I love
He's
Nick.
nuts.
I follow him on Instagram.
Which one's
And
Nick?
he's the
Can you-
blonde.
Oh,
He's
you're gonna show us
Malfoy.
their faces?
He thinks he
Oh,
is
yeah.
the best, and he's not. But he's so clueless. I love him so much.
Yeah, I want to do an impression of him, but I can't exactly remember his meter during that conversation. But it was very funny
I'm like
and a very
weirdly
good.
attracted to you. Like
I
what a
gotta see
brutal
Yeah.
thing to say.
He was like this. It was like this fake playing coy, like not looking at him, and be like, yeah, like so yeah.
And
Why
she
don't we?
just went. He's like, I'd make out with you if you wanted to.
Oh.
I'm gonna
my
go to
God.
bed."
Oh my god,
That was
that was
great.
hilarious.
So before we get too deep into this, should we just quickly run down who is
Yes.
actually here? So we
Yes,
all
let's
have
do
a
it
quick
quickly.
refresher, so we all know. So starting. Okay, so let's see if I can start from age. Will that still run me the age? Yes, it does. Great. Okay, so
Oh, no.
starting with the youngest, going to the oldest. So
Ooh,
keeping the Yarmo index in play here.
I'm just a little nervous that this might give us some spoilers.
No,
If
it
people-
only says week 1.
It only says when they
Oh,
arrived.
What a
Week 1.
laugh.
Okay, so here we go. We have David Ravitz, who is the
Ugh.
David of David and Jordan fame. 25, the youngest person there so far. He's from, of course, Becca's season.
And it shows.
We have Tia Booth, obviously, from Ari's season. Then we have Kendall Long. We know Kendall, everyone knows Kendall. From Ari's, of course. Jordan, the aforementioned Jordan from Becca's season is here. Colton Underwood, the other 26-year-old male.
Who's being
also from-
attacked.
Being so
Yeah,
attacked.
they're
We'll
like,
get into
let's
that.
get rid of him.
It's just because Jordan doesn't like him. That's all it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
And Chris is jealous.
We're
it's
going to get
it.
into that. For
Okay,
sure.
we'll get
And Chris
into
is
it.
garbage.
Yeah.
Astrid Locke from Nick's season.
I don't remember her.
Astrid was workout clothes in the hot tub after she won the race. Remember
She
Yeah.
won the race and she cheated a bit with
She
the
was-
ring.
it was
Remember, she
gross.
smashed it. She like smashed
Yeah,
it.
she totally cheated.
Yeah, she went
Um,
before the gun.
Yes, exactly.
Loved her.
Yeah. Anyways, Astrid is so far. I'm not wild about Astrid. Nick Spetsass. That's our Nick we're just talking about
Obsessed.
there from Becca's season. Again. And then we have Angela Amezcua from Nick's season. This one was a deep cut for me. I don't
remember
any.
She was out like week 1,
I
I think.
vaguely remember her
She's the
face.
one with the beautiful brown hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
I know.
hair.
I vaguely remember her face too.
It
but
is a
I-
luscious mane.
Yeah.
She's got a bad laugh, I'll tell you that much.
Oh yes.
She's a giggle.
the worst kind of laugh. A laugh after every sentence.
Yeah.
You hear people
Nervous,
say,
yeah.
"No, I don't care. Get rid of that nervous habit. It's unacceptable."
We also
Whoa. It's
Absolutely not.
we also have John Graham here from Becca's season. That's Venmo John.
Love him.
Oh yeah, real sweetie.
Hooking up
I'm
with
into him.
Annalise pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Wills, of course, our boy, Wills Reed, the 29-year-old graphic designer, is back from Becca's season. We also have Crystal Nielsen, the fitness coach, 30-year-old from Ari season. Of course, we had to have Crystal
And
back.
she's already cooler than she like. They all calm down on Bachelor in Paradise.
I mean,
She
I
still
don't know.
stinks.
She's
I know,
revving
she's
it
not-
up. I
she's
think
not cool to me.
She's getting ready to go.
I don't
think.
like her, but she's
Yeah,
very-
right. Sarah loves her.
Okay, lock it up.
Chelsea Roy, the 30-year-old real estate executive assistant from Ari season, is also here. She was the one who looked like she was going to be the villain at first, and then kind of switched gears when we found out she's just a boring mom.
I like her a lot.
Chris Randone, of course, that's the guy from Goof Troop. Becca. Anyways, he sucks. Eric Bigger back in the house. Loving Eric big time. Love him.
Love a quote from him. Oh, I like your nails. Is black your favorite color?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that
very
was
good.
sweet. Tatia, yeah.
Did you have braces? Your teeth are nice.
Eric-
Yeah,
he was
He
just
just
staring
kept
at her
talking
body.
about her body. Yeah,
and,
that was
like,
great. Complimenting it though.
Yeah,
Eric from
still,
Rachel season and Bachelor Winter Games, of course. Nisha, who's from Ari season, who was out so fast, but is also so skinny.
First cut.
Very thin.
Not to say that's a bad thing, just noticed. Bibiana, Jillian, no body shaming. Bibiana, oh man,
obsessed already.
Sarah's very into Bibiana, as am I. I'm
She's
stoked
such
about it.
She's such a little silly, tough lady. I love her.
Trying to make jokes. Not
working out at all. Like, and Chris Harrison's like, what? And she's like, and then she's
What?
like, was that about? Oh, it was a joke. Like,
Yeah,
Oh
I know.
yeah.
she's very self-aware. I feel.
She's from Ari season and of course Winter Games. Grocery store Joe is here.
Hooray!
From Becca's season.
Yay!
Then we have Annalise Puccini, the permanently terrified of everything.
Yeah.
Event designer from
But
Ari
very,
season.
she had the funniest opening thing.
Yeah,
being
and we
afraid of the
have,
bird touching your earring.
The 33-year-old there. 33-year-old Kevin Wendt,
Bum, 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 bum,
our
bum.
default boy, as he is the only Canadian on the season so
From
far.
Mar-
And I'd like to give a detail about him. Everybody was at premiere parties last night. He was working as a firefighter.
Damn
in
right.
Toronto.
Good for him.
Oh wow.
So
There's a lot of fires going right now. You know, need all hands on deck.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. Of course, he's from
But it's really
Bachelorette
floods.
Canada Jasmine's season. You can go back and listen to our
And Winter
recap of that
Games.
season right here on Bachelor Pod. And also the Winter Games. Thanks, Sarah. And of course, last but not least, the oldest, and I guarantee you he will be the oldest on the show.
Oh,
'Cause I
yeah.
don't think they're going any older than him. Pretty boy Pitbull Kenny, Kenny
Kenny.
Lane, also known as Kenny King in the ring. He's a professional wrestler from Las Vegas from Rachel's season, who I think is sadly the odd man out of this group. I don't think Kenny
There's
is
not a
probably gonna
connection
last.
yet.
Yeah,
There's
I
not a-
just don't see it. I
And
think
it
he's
looks-
he's just so much more older than I think more than half of this crew that I just don't think he's going to connect with anyone.
And he's
really.
gonna say he wants to leave because of his daughter, and it's just because
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
It's a
I'm
bummer.
into him.
I love Kenny though. Love Kenny.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We all love him.
Love
Who
Kenny.
would we all focus on first that we would be interested? My three.
Three.
Be interested in
Three.
what way?
What about boy and a girl instead of three?
Well, no, I have
to
two
kiss?
boys and one girl
Like that you would date. That you
that
would
I
want to
would
date.
that I would want to date. Mine would be Kenny and Wills and Bibiana.
I would be.
Bibiana's so sexy. I think Bibiana the most.
I'm Kendall,
Kendall, too.
Astrid, and
Oh yeah.
man, I'm gonna say probably. I don't know. Man, it's Slim Pickens. Maybe Jordan.
Oof, Glenn.
Glenn.
I think he's fun. I think he's fun.
That's sexy. He's
I
like
think
a
he's
kid.
genuinely funny. Yeah, I know. And when they showed, did you notice when they showed his house in Florida? It's like, that house isn't very
But he
nice.
No.
does have a cat.
Yeah, he does have a
I
cat.
like
His
that.
couch looked like ours, like worn down.
No, he's a little kid.
I think I go for Kendall and like maybe Tia.
Okay.
I'm not a Tia guy myself.
And not personality wise. I
Not
think
Baby Hana.
because when they first get there, it's all based on looks, basically, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm talking purely on looks. I think like Kendall, Tia, and then for the dudes, I don't know. I think I go. Pretty Boy Pitbull, Kenny King.
Yeah.
All the way.
Nice.
I'm taking the champion,
Yeah.
Ring of Honor champion.
I pick Joe.
No women?
And,
Straight up.
I think Chelsea.
Ooh,
I
you
like Chelsea.
Hey,
She's
yeah.
very
Yeah,
pretty.
she's funny. But also, I liked Astrid. She was very funny on the show.
Yeah.
So far,
I
so
think-
good with Astrid, but I don't like this riling up they're doing about Colton. They're really
Yeah.
No, let's focus on that for a second. I feel like this is my point of view of it a bit. I feel like when he and Tia were like, we're not going to do this anymore, I'm going on this show, he then fell in love with another woman and no
Mhm.
longer had feelings for Tia.
Yeah.
And then she came on, kind of maybe changed the ending for him.
Yeah.
I think
But now
definitely,
everyone's
personally.
saying that there's like some real relationship there. And in his point of view, he's like, I thought we were done. And I
Yeah.
told her we were done. But now everyone's getting mad. Like, he doesn't owe her to talk to her right away. I don't just because
No,
she
but-
made the decision to tell Becca she still had feelings, she never
and to
told
tell
him.
everyone in Paradise that she's there for him. Now all
But
of a
he's
sudden he
not-
shows up and he has to be
there
there
for
for her.
her?
What?
No, he doesn't have to be there for her. But it was weird that he didn't call her first. Like, he would
That's
know
true.
she was, even just to be like, hey, I don't know what this is going to be.
I feel like
you know?
he
like,
knows Kendall, and that's why he went to talk to her, because he probably wanted someone that
Oh,
was
he
like,
knows Kendall.
Yeah, because
it's
they all
likely.
met,
Right, they all know each
and-
other.
But,
it
but
would
even
be-
Kendall was like, I'm surprised that he
Yeah.
talked to me first. I was like, I don't know what to say to him.
I just
It
feel
seemed-
like everyone's being too hard on him, and this whole witch hunt thing that's happening is because Jordan doesn't like him. And
I think
because
it's
Chris-
more
is
Chris.
jealous.
I think Jordan likes to stir things up, but I think the engine of that is Chris.
No,
He's-
it's
Because of the
Jordan.
date.
Man. Jordan's
I-
like, I can't
I-
wait to get this guy. Like,
I think
finally, he
I
said
agree.
that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Jordan riling Chris up even more than he would be. Although I do think he would also be riled up a fair
Yeah.
amount.
Look at his reasons were
But-
like his hair isn't
but-
as good. But
yeah.
they were fighting at the mental hall. They were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fighting
Oh
big
yeah,
time.
Colton and
Colton
Jordan
and
don't
Jordan.
get along.
They
Yeah,
don't
they
like
hate
each
each
other.
other.
So I'm telling
Who
you.
were the three people? Oh, and Nick. Nick was like in there talking.
Yeah,
to
Yeah,
some
because
whatever.
Nick's just adult, but I love him.
I just hate that Chris so much.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I hate him.
I hate him. I hate his face.
Ugh.
I couldn't believe it when Tia picked him. I was so
Me too.
angry.
Because Tia, whatever. I don't know. Tia doesn't excite me.
I hate how he always says she's just such a beautiful girl.
No.
She's just such a great girl. I hate
But what
that.
was he also saying? Like a good girl?
Smoke
Good,
show.
you know.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
a good girl. A good girl.
Good
That's
girl,
what he wants,
yeah.
a good girl. That made
And
me want
smoke
to.
show.
And he said it to her, and she was like, oh. And I'm like, if he said it to me, I'm like, I'm not a good girl.
I kept saying, I was like,
I'm
what the
a
fuck
cool
does that
woman.
mean?
It's not a
What do you mean?
dog.
You know,
Yeah.
or when she's like, you know, it comes from a good family.
Yeah,
What the fuck
what
is
does
a
that
good
mean?
family? What does
and
that
then
mean?
and then it was like, you explained me, and that's when I just was like,
Yeah,
fine,
she's the worst.
you two can be
She
together,
sucks.
have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
No, Tia
she
sucks.
sucks.
Send
I'm
them
out.
off in a boat
And
together.
like, because she went
Back
on it,
to Garrett's
here's my
place.
thing too. Everybody's like, oh, Colton. But like, she went on a date with Colton and didn't check in with Chris. She just went on the date with Colton. So it's
Yeah.
like, why is Colton now the bad guy when
She's the bad guy.
She went on. She's not even. If the show is meant to go date a bunch of people and talk to a bunch of people,
Oh.
that's simply all he did. But now everyone's holding him up to this weird standard that isn't. It's so weird. That's why it's all Jordan. He's just mad. He likes to bug people.
I think it's Jordan making it to the level it's at, but let's not absolve Chris from this.
No, no,
he's
no, Chris-
certainly too riled up about it.
And I
but-
mean, Nick's there.
but at
being-
least he has a reason to be. He's gone on a date with her and he feels threatened, whereas Jordan's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Although I do think he's very good for the franchise, and I want him to be back
I
on every show.
love him on the
I know,
show.
I love
I'm
him on the
all
show.
in on Jordan now.
Yeah.
I think he's funny,
I think
and
he's
I want
great,
to see
yeah.
more of him.
Yeah,
Wait,
me
who's
too.
Jordan kissing on this show?
No one yet. 'cause he
yeah, no
has
one
no
yet.
game. The guy's got zero game. No question about it.
Because he says too
Yeah.
many crazy things.
He says crazy things. He's boring as hell. Like, he sucks.
Who?
Jordan.
Yeah, I don't like
Him
Jordan
and
at
Nisha
all.
sitting in that, like,
No, he's
pool where
funny.
he was just
No,
like,
he's gonna be
that
really
was
annoying.
funny.
He's already like, oh, a place is good looking as me. It's too much. It's too much of this game that he figured out that people think of him, and he's just too much about it now. I didn't mind him at the men tell all, but now he's like,
Nah,
I know
like
this
him.
was the app. This was before that.
I like him.
But I'm not into it.
I would like it if he was a work friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would not kiss him on the lips.
No.
No.
No kissing on the lips.
I like a Bibiana more.
So where else? What else do we have to talk
We
about
get
from
it.
this episode?
it.
What else happened here?
There wasn't much outside of the Tia Colton thing. Like that was the drama that kind of everything branched out on. But like she went on both dates. Boring.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
there was Joe and Kendall. That was kind of
Right.
big. Joe.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, very
We
bizarre
finally
match.
got to see. Yeah, we finally got to see Joe
I see
flirting
it.
for real.
Yeah.
And a bit of an awkward flirter, which makes you realize why Becca got rid of him.
course.
But so is Kendall.
100%.
A lot of dead bodies.
No.
A lot
No.
of dead body
Disagree.
talk.
Kendall is interesting and quirky and outgoing and talks to you and is engaged with you, whereas Joe seems like he would like to be anywhere else rather than sitting there talking to you.
Yeah.
Like, listen, and here's the other thing. Okay, he does not, I will say this, he does not seem like the type of grocery store owner I've been describing on the podcast.
Okay,
I will say that.
That's a step.
I did not get that impression from him on this episode of this television program. He seems like a pretty introverted and like pretty nice person and all that. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. I'm not going to judge him based on how
Great,
he treats,
Andy.
how
He's
he
evolving.
potentially treats his employees at his grocery store. But that being said, he's a true dweeb, and I totally get why he was let go night one. And I don't expect anything to come from him from this guy. The internet went nuts over this guy without knowing anything about him, except for that he's a good-looking guy who runs a friggin'
No, that's
grocery
not
store
it.
in Chicago.
You're just like overly against it.
No, I'm
It's
not. I
fine.
really am not. And but I'm just saying, like, like the internet goes so nuts over somebody, and then you see them, and they're like, "You're not as cool as we thought."
Not to me. I thought he totally lived up to it. I loved it so much.
I loved him on the Mantello.
But I also loved him on this. It's exactly what
you
I
didn't
expected.
see him on the Mantello.
I did too.
You didn't watch the whole thing.
I watched a bunch of it. I saw him
okay.
talk about how he talked to Chris Harrison.
Yeah, I loved it.
Listen, I don't hate him or anything. Again, I'm telling you,
You sure?
Listen, I'll tell you, as somebody who's a big Joe fan, the way he was with Kendall is
Yeah.
exactly how I imagined that he would be. But I like somebody like that. And I'm somebody that likes to ask a lot of questions to people. And I love it when somebody's just like that. Because he wasn't like not answering her questions. He was telling her
yeah.
the answers to everything.
He's
Yeah.
being.
I
I will
love
say
that.
this,
And he
that-
was being really open, and he wasn't being like oh, it was weird, like playing weird games to try and like hook
Yeah.
up with someone right off the top.
No.
He was like, oh wow, I've never. She's like, have you ever seen a real body? He's like, yeah, have you? Like, I really liked it.
He looked really dark when he said that. Actually, I felt like
Yeah,
I felt like
weird.
Kendall changed the subject. Like you're getting into him talking about like seeing his dead mother or something. Like, this is gonna
or
get real
like
depressing so
a
bad.
crime scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
When he was in a Chicago gang.
but listen, I don't
the
think he's
grocery boys.
I don't think he sucks or anything like that. Currently, we'll see how he goes on. Will he live up to the what we've been saying or not? But
Yes.
I will give him this. He's seems like the most normal of the people there, which I always find to be a positive thing. So
Yeah, and I think Kendall, she's a bit of an odd duck, but that is her being normal. She's not ever putting anything on. That's why I do think they're a good match, because everyone else is like already trying to stir up stuff, already trying to get camera time, and they're not.
I think I think we're gonna find that Joe is a bit of a piece of bread, a little bit.
He's bread.
He's
yeah.
bread.
I'm not saying he's not a piece of bread, but I think he's more of like a focaccia.
Oh, how dare you!
No.
Please.
He's still a white bread, but it's a nice one.
At the very best, he's like harvest
yeah,
country
he's like
with flax
yeah,
seeds.
he's like
Like,
he's
it looks
focaccia.
like a whole
It
wheat.
looks-
He's
That's a-
focaccia with onions on top.
No,
No,
Guys,
no,
I
not
figured out. I was
please.
He's a
talking.
whole pizza.
We had a real good
Deep
time.
dish.
My
That's
girlfriends and I
insane.
on Friday had a real nice time figuring out what kinds of bread we all were. I told them about the bread scale. My friend Anne, very confused. But I realized I'm one of those.
That's because I think you have the bread scale confused
No,
sometimes.
no, it worked out. I am a no. It's because my opinion's different from yours. I am a cinnamon raisin loaf. Like those little red loaves, the little red bags of
Oh,
loaf.
yeah,
Oh dear.
Sunmaids. Yeah.
Sunmaids. I'm a Sunmaid cinnamon raisin bread.
Do you like that?
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like
I
that
don't
loaf.
like that
Oh,
at
we
all.
like it a
I
lot.
love it.
I just think I'm a fun,
I love
spicy
raisin
bread.
bread.
That's what I think I am.
I'm not a big fan of raisins, but I'll take a raisin bread. Let me tell
Not
you.
me.
Toast it up and put some butter on
Absolutely
it.
not.
Anyways,
Absolutely.
it was a fun thing.
I'm an everything bagel. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
What kind of bread am I?
That's a good bread.
You're. What are you? You're like a baguette. Like a
Yeah, I
nice
was gonna-
baguette. That's
you're-
like
That's
pretty-
the top bread.
That's one of the top breads.
What,
For sure.
Yeah,
what
it's
am I
tough
then
bread.
if I'm not what I think I am?
I think that's pretty accurate. I would say that
Like a
that's
fun,
like
spicy
sweet.
bread. Yeah.
Not for everyone, but
Wow, thanks, Andy. You
Just-
were-
I'm saying it just because
We're
these guys.
married.
can't
I'm
hear
just
Glenn
kidding.
Can't hear Glenn anymore.
What?
Hello?
Yeah, you can.
Hello?
No.
Nope.
Check.
What
1, 2,
happens?
3. 1, 2, 3. Check.
There we go.
Okay.
We're there.
All right, we're fine.
Okay.
Anyways.
Oh, or I'm an olive loaf. A bit salty, but yummy.
You definitely want bits inside, huh?
Yeah,
I-
yeah. I want a little
Take
bit.
an olive loaf over a raisin loaf any
Me
day of
too.
the week.
Great. For you guys, I'm an olive loaf.
Anyways,
All
I think Joe's a little boring, and I think we're gonna
Glenn,
find
you're a
that
pizza bun.
Oh,
that's
thanks.
nice. That's
I'll
very
take
good.
that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say banana bread, but that's just because I have
Oh.
some downstairs, and I'm looking forward to eating some after
Yeah.
this.
Oh, I
I'd say
love
more.
banana
You're kind
bread.
of a chocolate chip banana bread.
Yeah, because you're
Oh.
bananas.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You're a
have
little
banana.
bananas,
Oh, I
but
like
sweet.
that. I
Yeah.
like that.
Better.
That's better. But I also
Still good with lots of butter.
on the weekends, I'm an olive loaf.
Also, you're more of a cake.
Ooh,
It's kind of more of a cake.
I am a bit of a cake.
Great, gang. All right, we figured it
You
out.
know what I am? I'm the sprinkly cake that you
The
get.
sprinkly cake.
The Betty Crocker sprinkly
Oh,
cake.
you're the
Okay,
cherry
this
chip.
is just something
Cherry
else.
chip.
You get to be a lot of different things, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a cake.
Okay.
Oh, there was also Kevin and Crystal. They were the other two who paired off, right? There wasn't too much more past that.
No, Kevin and Crystal looked like they were sort of getting things on there.
Seemed like a good
We
match.
were saying
I'm
we think
down with it.
Jordan and Crystal should be the match. That
But
would be
they
won't be.
fantastic, but they won't be.
You watch.
They will go on a date, I think.
You think so?
Yeah,
don't think
I
so.
feel like there was a preview. I don't know.
No,
Maybe
it's
I'm
another
wrong.
woman.
Yeah.
There's another woman.
Oh.
Yeah, she's blonde. It's
And
the
we
one where
know-
she's like, it's gonna get cocoa nuts. That's who he goes on a
Oh.
date with.
I don't know who that is. That's
I remember her
Jenna.
for sure.
Jenna.
She went like a good length of the season for her.
Now they did drop. Okay, so, anyways, this was a promising start. I
Yeah.
think we saw a lot of
Yeah.
interesting and fun personalities. Some duds though, certainly. I think. But we'll see how it
Bound to be.
all plays out. That being said, the coming up next, the coming attractions.
What do we gotta
Yeah.
say? Let's say it all together.
Oh my God.
1, 2, 3.
Benoit.
Benoit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be in
didn't see
paradise.
that.
Eh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Liv,
yes.
when we were
Jordan got
watching,
mad.
Liv was like,
He's trying to steal it.
she was in another place. We were texting, and she was like, "Oh, Benoit's here. I'm all in."
Yeah, I'm all in.
Like
Ooh.
he adds a lot to a show.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's that spice. He's a spicy bread.
Very excited to fall in love in this
Oh,
place.
Benoit's
eh?
here.
Oh, hey,
wow.
Benoit, can you give us any
Salut.
secrets of your time? What's something that we
no
wouldn't
s-
see?
No, pas de
Maybe a behind the
spoilers.
scenes.
Pas de spoilers, huh, Sarah?
Yeah.
So I cannot say
Not
it.
even-
Chris Harrison, he would have my ass, okay? So I cannot
Okay.
say it. But I will say I did pull a bit of a prank on the set of Bachelor en Paradis. Say,
You were gonna say it the other way there.
working on my English. Eh? So here's what I did. I sent a letter, okay, to when I was in Paradise. I sent a letter to Noah Cap.
Noah
Oh.
Cap, the host of the Canadian Bachelor and Bachelorette series.
And you know me, I don't like that Noah Cap. Eh?
I hear
think-
differently. But
I hate him. But I sent him a letter. I say, hey, Noah Cap, come here to Paradise and
Benoit.
someone here to want to date you, perhaps. And then he come there, and no one let him in on the show. Chris Harrison tell him to get out. Second rate Harrison, he call him. Everyone have a good laugh.
That's very
What
mean,
Benoit.
Benoit.
What a great prank.
It was a good prank, but so much
Very
money he
cruel.
spent.
Then earlier, I seen him on the beach with a metal detector, trying to get money to get back to
He
Canada.
didn't buy a round trip ticket.
I told him not to. I said in the thing, you're secret admirer. Hey, I got the money for you to go back.
I love you,
Oh,
Benoit.
wow,
Thank you
Benoit.
so much.
Anyways, gotta go and try and sell some more pizza dough on my Instagram.
You're a bartender, but
I am a bartender, but I'm coming out my own pizza dough. It's
Okay,
called
great.
Le Pizza Dough.
Is that
Okay.
real?
great,
Okay, and good night, everyone, and au revoir.
great. Oh,
Good to
he
see
handed
Benoit.
us poutines as he left. They came out of his, they
they're
came
out of his
pockets.
hat. Oh,
And out of his hat, just out of all of his orifices.
He was wearing a
Those are
big
orifices.
cowboy hat that had
Yeah.
poutine in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just spread it out of his wrist like Spider-Man.
Great.
sorry you missed it, Glenn. Oh, Glenn looks so sad that he missed it.
Yeah. Wow, Glenn. You having fun?
But this looks like it's gonna be a fun
Man.
season.
It looks
this
like it's gonna be the best.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be fun.
I am very excited for it. I still think, even though I've watched 3 episodes of Australia, I do think it's a better version of it
Because we know the people.
because we know the
course.
people. But it's also just, I don't know. There's something. I think it may be a bit more sexy. Maybe that's what it is. I
Yeah.
don't know yet. I'll figure it out as I.
You
watch
do
more.
love to see people kissing.
Oh my god, it happened so
Especially
many times.
French kissing.
Last night, though, during the Australia one, my lips tried to kiss the air every time somebody kissed, and Andy even went to me one. He's like, "Your lips try and kiss that time," and I was like, "Yep."
Not me, because I think French kissing is sick.
She thinks it's sick. Don't French kiss. Me and Andy French kiss
Like-
all the time.
Sick, like
Ugh, no.
whoa,
No, I think
like not sick, but
No,
No,
like
sick.
Sick.
Like,
Mm,
I think it's
if
yucky.
she's like,
I think it's yucky.
she thinks it's yucky.
I don't. I love it.
I
Well,
love
you
it.
guys are all gross to me.
Is that it?
Yeah. Do we have any?
That yawn will signal the end.
Yeah, I don't think there's like it's you can't really project anything. I'm excited for 2 episodes next week, so we'll probably be doing this podcast after the 2 episodes. So
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
have 2-in-1s.
Yeah, well, there's no version of us calling who's gonna win this, right? There's no like who's
No.
gonna get who's gonna be the couple that gets married at the end
I
of
do
it.
have an idea of 2 people that will get engaged.
I would rather play the game of name 3 people you think will be single and on the last episode.
Single and on the last episode.
Yeah.
What? You
That's
can't
hard.
be both.
Yeah, you can. Of course you can. You
I
can
have
make
a
it to
couple.
it's hard to make it to the end and not have a partner.
I have a couple based simply on the
No
preview.
one is like that. So
I have,
but it does happen once in
I
a
have a
while.
couple based simply on the preview.
Yeah.
Who I think get engaged. No. What's her name? Crystal and Connor.
You think Crystal and Connor get
Yeah.
engaged?
I gotta watch
Really?
it again. I've got to say.
Whoa, that's bold.
That is bold.
That's
I'm
me
good.
putting pieces together. If we watch it again, you'll see it. I'll show you the parts.
I'm gonna guess it's Kendall and Joe.
You can see that. There looks like there's 3 engagements. I also,
There's people we haven't seen yet. It's only week one.
I know exactly. That's
Yeah.
why it's tough to say.
also the Australian comes. There's tons of
Yeah.
fun ones that come.
Maybe
Yeah.
him and Bibiana will try again.
Maybe.
Is it a different guy? Is it the same
No,
one?
it's that
Same
one.
guy.
It's the same guy.
Bibiana's lover.
Okay, cool. All right, well, this is a very exciting one, and
Yeah.
it's tough to make any calls from the top here, just because there's so many people going to be coming in and moving out of this. But can't wait to watch it all summer long.
What are your predictions? Who do you think's
Send
going
us
to
your
get
predictions.
together?
Who do you think?
Call it #predictions, sex predictions.
Oh my God, don't
God,
do
don't
that.
do sex with
It'll be really hard to filter through that
I
stuff.
don't know.
Guys,
Maybe it's cool.
But wait, before we go, can we guess one celebrity age?
Oh,
Oh,
Meg,
okay.
you haven't done that yet.
I've
Sure.
been crouching so close
Willem
to you for
Dafoe.
an hour.
I think we've done one
Oh.
before.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, wait. Before you look, don't look at it yet, Andy. I can see your
Willem
computer.
Dafoe. I'm going to say 70.
I'm gonna say 63.
I'm gonna say
Yep.
64.
I'm gonna say
No, that's not fair, Glenn. 65.
No, no,
We do that
that's
all the time.
We do that all the time. We screw each other or whatever we want. I'm gonna say 70. No, I'm gonna say 68. Willem Dafoe is 63.
Whoa, Glenn.
hey, all
Hang
right.
on.
Great job, Glenn.
Thank
Good
you.
stuff.
Now do one more. I
Okay,
like it.
what's his name? The guy who played Joker, the bad Joker. He was in
Jack-
Jared Leto?
Jared Leto.
Ooh,
I'm
I'm,
saying-
gonna say Jared Leto is 41.
I was gonna
I'm
say
gonna-
40 bang on.
I think I'm taking the over on that. I think he's closer to 50. I think he's like at least 45.
What?
I'll go 45.
Okay, then I'm going.
Well, 45 is in the middle,
43.
to be fair. No, it's not close.
Yeah, maybe I want to change
I know,
mine now to 40.
but I was protecting
I'm
it.
doing 43.
43, 40. What did you say? 41?
Yeah,
That was
but
one I
think
was
it's
gonna do.
44
See,
now.
Jared Leto is 46. Glenn is right
Glenn.
again.
Wow,
Good work.
Glenn.
I know my Leto.
You know
I
that.
think I read something recently and I was like, whoa, this guy's getting old.
Okay, here's the one. Here's the last one.
A lady, do a lady.
A
Oh, I was
lady?
gonna do a younger one, and I was gonna do Tom
Oh.
Holland,
I don't know who that is.
Spider-Man.
Oh, okay, 19.
Glenn, you guess?
22.
I'm gonna say he's 25.
I'm gonna say 24. Tom Holland is 22.
Whoa!
Is
Yeah.
that Glenn again?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm afraid
Okay,
so.
Glenn.
let's do.
That's a sweep.
That's a sweep. That's
okay,
3-0.
okay. We need a woman though,
Okay.
and who I want is the one who is the person with Jared Leto in the Batman movies. What's her name? She was in
Oh, Margot Robbie.
Margot
Margot
Robbie.
I'm gonna say she's 35.
To me, I think she's only like 27.
I'm saying 32.
I'm saying 30.
Oh no.
28.
28. Wow, Margot Robbie.
Oh!
Way to go. What an impressive person you are.
I know she's already married.
I know my celebs pretty well.
Yeah.
Sure
I
do.
can't even believe it. Well, because I always think, like, how much older or younger than me do I think they are? And I'm older
Yeah,
than
Glenn,
all
you
fry
said
your
what,
brain
27?
thinking that way, Maggie.
Yep.
Glenn said 27, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was only off by 2 years. Glenn's
I
off by
said
1.
32. 4 years.
That's pretty cool.
I
You
was
said
very
35.
off. But I'm older than you guys. That's why.
Yeah.
Great
All right,
game,
guys. Well,
everyone.
good
I'm
solid
older
game
than all the
there.
Bachelor Paradise cast.
We'll see everyone next week for more Bachelor in Paradise with Maggie.
Yay!
Go listen to Going for Bronze, Maggie's other podcast. Okay, bye.
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 If you want to contact us, you can reach out to us on social media. We're at The Bachelor Pod on Twitter, and individually, we're at Andy Holbone.
At Glenn McCauley.
At Olivia McCauley.
At the Sarah Hillier, that's at sign THESARAHHILIER.
If you want to support the show directly, you can go to patreon.com/thebachelorpod and donate there. Otherwise, we're thebachelorpod@gmail.com for an email and thebachelorpod.ca. That's our website.